It looks like we're, is that going live? I think we're we're getting somewhere.
Got it.
I think so. I'm gonna. My hands were starting to get a little a little cramp trying to hold all these things together. So we're gonna. I'm gonna set this one down, and I think what I'll do, I'll just put you here, like that, and so. Oh, let's see. You want to tilt it more? Yeah, there we go. So now we're on we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on God knows what we're on with the phones. And I'm high on the real thing, man. I've been as a matter of fact, time for a
Theo Brown. What's up, brother? Yo, what's the volume button? There we go. Yeah, we're live on Facebook now. We got 3 people popping in.
Let's see. I'm going to tilt it back a little so I can actually see it. And there we go. I'm trying to figure out all the cameras here so that...
It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle. This is great or what? This is crazy. This is just fun. We're just we're making it up as we go along, folks. Thanks for hanging in and joining us. Yeah. I'm trying to you know, well, I'm not trying. I'm moving the camera all over the place, and you know, we'll have to make a note of this. Show notes.
You gotta be careful. You're pressing buttons there.
There
you go.
I'm pushing buttons. I hope that's not making anybody angry. Okay. Look, now I think I got it. I got, yeah. Okay. This is crazy fun. Oh, you know, it never happened. We never got our theme song in today.
Oh.
You know, it didn't happen.
I don't have my guitar with me.
And he doesn't have his guitar with him, and we're using his phone, and so maybe he can just wing it.
I drank my pee. I drank my wee. There you go. There's a little sampler.
There's a sampler. There's a.
You get the idea.
You get the looping. And so, yeah, that actually, that song is part of the theme music for the movie Urinate, which is Stephen Williams' documentary film on urine therapy, which is now on its way to its 4th selection of film festivals, the one in Houston. And I talked to Stephen on a video chat here recently, and he's going to be my guest in February. The filmmaker, Stephen Williams. He'll be joining us live from Australia. February. He's in Chile right now, and man, these people get around, you know. They're all over the place, traveling around the world.
Spreading the love.
Spreading the love. Now I hear some activity behind you there. Yeah, sounds like some festivities. Ordering fancy drinks and coconuts.
Yeah, coconut water, cerveza, caipirinha, you know, some of the traditional drinks down here. Yeah, this is
It's awesome.
if I can show you the lighthouse behind me.
All right. Well, hey, Jake. Hey, Theo. We got people coming in. We appreciate you joining us and being patient with us. We've been on YouTube Live pretty much from the beginning. We had a lot of difficulty getting the Facebook thing working, but apparently it's working now. We have Tony on the phone here in Salvador del Bahia, Brazil, at the beach during Carnival. And we have been talking UT and been talking about yoga, as well as the Water Life Symposium, and just talking a lot of love. Nothing but love. I like your lid, man. That's a real sporting little cap you got there. Looks, yeah, it looks good. Looks good, man. You wear it well. Yeah, what do they call those? I forget the name of that hat. It's a certain style. Oh, fedora. Yeah, I think you're right. I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, very well. So, oh, hey, Joseph. And, yeah, Shay Snyder's joined us. Joseph Burnley's joined us. Jake Goebel. Kel Worley's joined us. We got a whole bunch of people coming in on the Facebook now. So thanks for joining us out there. I'm watching how I'm holding these cameras, and my computer's got my camera for Facebook. My phone's got my computer for YouTube. I got Tony Hill in Brazil on Daniel's phone, and we look like we're doing a Mickey Mouse operation here. But don't forget, man, Mickey is worth trillions. Mickey just bought Fox. Yeah. And again, I want to give a shout out to Daniel's Uncle Steve and Aunt Kim for letting us do this at their house today, because they just have an awesome stream of Wi-Fi. So
Okay.
we attempted to do this with last week's show when we had Gerald on, and Facebook just crapped out. There just wasn't enough bandwidth to support the phone and the computer. So, my feeling is, as long as I can get it all live on YouTube, I can upload it effortlessly and then download it back into Facebook if anybody misses the show. That's the way I figure it. So, yeah. So, what are your any your other future travel plans? You got any?
For me, I'm planning on going to Thailand in March. Back to Thailand to take some more training for Thai body work, and then either Indonesia right after that, Bali, Indonesia. That's about it.
That's all?
No, that's in the near future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it right now.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
We'll see what happens after that.
Yeah. You got any room in your bag for the likes of me?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah. No, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Thailand and Vietnam, actually, as both really great places to travel to.
In those areas, they're all so close together once you get out there. Once you get over there, you can just island hop, different islands. Check them out.
Nice. Yeah. Well, myself and Daniel, we're actually, I'm already in the discussion. I want to go to Europe, go over the pond. That'll be my first, because I've never been off the North American continent. And so, but I got a lot of people over in Europe and India both right now that have been doing lots of shout outs and saying, hey man, you make it over here, you're going to be well covered. You know, all you got to do is make it here. And
well, yeah, I want to do my $300 teacher training. If not next year, the following year. So that's my next one of the places I want to get to sometime soon.
So what kind of festivities are there tonight? Anything special down there in the?
Well, tonight we're going to go down to an area of Salvador called WEEDU. It's the old city, like 400 or 500-year-old part of the city where when the Portuguese first came over here, they built that area up. And it's still got the old cobblestone roads, the older buildings. Now it's more commercialized, restaurants, gift shops, and so every Tuesday night they have what's called the park, and they have a stage set up, and lots of music, people walking, going samba, Ola Doom is it's a drumming that comes through. So that's what we got planned for tonight.
Nice.
After we leave here, we have to stay on and watch the sunset. Right? That's like traditional. Every day you sit out, and when watch the sun go down, and everybody stand up and applaud, and salute the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, and what time is it setting? About 5:30, something like that.
Yeah, about 5:30ish. About that time.
Yeah. And according to, it must be about 4:15 or something there where you are now, right?
Yeah, it's 4:15 my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how much power I'm gonna have on my battery. I'm down to 22% on my phone. So
okay. Well, if we lose you, we do. And the whole show has been a kind of a juggling act anyway today. So it's all good, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, it's really the whole idea is that we're just chilling. We're doing we're sharing ideas, communicating, inviting others to join us. And so, it's all good. Yeah. It's just a walk in the park, my friend.
Well, I'm going to sign off then.
Yeah. But first, let's get up here before we lose you here. This is on, go to the Facebook up here because I want everybody to see you here. Hey, Frederick. So Matthew's joined us from Arizona. Michelle's joined us from the UK. Jake's in the UK. Doc Precise is with us. Nicholas Goebel's in the UK.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah. So we got a really fun group of people that have kind of joined in with us. And Aaron Neild and Casing Keith, they've made thumbs up. So we are getting people joining us, and we thank you. We do. We appreciate your support. Keep the peace together, bro. Yeah.
Well, I'll see you on the other side. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man.
And Daniel, thank you for all your help.
Yeah, he's not in the room right now. He's MIA, I think.
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is. I didn't even realize. Look at, he's right on my shoulder like a cat. He's the Cheshire cat.
Peace and love, Tony.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Hey, I don't think I told you today how much I love you, bro. I love you dearly. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, peace out, bro. Say goodbye to Tony, everyone. He's leaving. I'm going to hang around. So I'm going to hand you your phone back so you can take care of that. And we'll get this all lined up. And so, yeah, thanks for joining in with us today. I do appreciate it. Let's see. This is better. So I want to remind people that I am doing a fundraiser to get the ORIN Oracles first book published. And I did have my very first donation come in today. So Vanessa McLaughlin is going to get book number 1 signed and numbered. And anyway, if you want to help support the development, because that's what it's about, I offered up for the very first 100 people who donate $25 to paypal.me/WEEDU, you'll get a signed and numbered copy. The very first 100 books will go directly to you. So I hope you want to participate. Now I'm already working on book 2. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I'll share a poem because I can. I wrote 4 yesterday. I've been on a roll. And again, I want to remind everybody that we are developing a new channel that's on Steemit, 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 Steemit. And that's at WEEDU SHIVAMBU. And also DTube, which is their version of YouTube. And their new formats, decentralized, and just new options. So we're working on building our channel over there as well. So anyway, this is a poem I wrote yesterday. It's called "The Party Has Started." The new season has started. It's time to wake up and start the new you with piss in your cup. Drink it on down and celebrate life. Share it together as husband and wife. Whoever your partner, start a new plan. Sharing good health with women and man. Everyone's welcome. Just look and see. The party has started and we're all drinking our pee. There's no separation. There's no judgment exists because everyone here is drinking their piss. So don't be a slowpoke. Step up and you'll see everyone's welcome to start drinking pee. So yeah, that one's going to be in book 2. And here's another one that I wrote yesterday. I'll share it with you too because I can. And this one is real inspired for people dealing with obesity, diabetes, which is really like, you know, I was watching this thing on Mexico. And Mexico now, it's diabetes and obesity are like the 2 top killers in their culture. And that all started really accelerating after NAFTA because they broke all the restrictions down. They put everybody into poor eating habits and American corporation foods and all that. So this kind of was inspired by that. And it's called No Longer Needed. Obesity grows and the crisis is real. An agra-fed culture from another trade deal. No border exists, corporations well know, pushing consumers so bottom lines grow. A market reduced to high-calorie waste with sugar and salt to stimulate taste. Insatiable appetites out of control eating their heart out as well as their soul. No longer needed are cages to eat. This is the wasteland from snack food and sweets. I found a remedy, and it keeps me in bliss, controlling addictions from drinking my piss. Ha ha. Yeah. You know, I used to think, I don't know, the first book has 104 poems in it, and I thought, well, you know, how many pea poems could I actually write? Well, I guess I can write more because I still am writing them. Hey, Jake. Now, Jake here and his dad, Nicholas. Now, these are some fine blokes. They live over in the UK. And we were on a video chat the other night. And we had a whole lot of fun. We were talking a whole lot of things. And they want to come over and join us in ORIN town. And we also have Harry Matadine, who's planning on coming. So they all might travel together, come out and visit us here in Missouri. The Show Me State. That's what they call it. They show me. So anybody else that ever is interested in making the trip across the pond, always know that you're welcome. You are. And oh, look, Daniel joined in too. And he's sitting right here. This is great. So anyway, anybody have any questions out there that they'd like to ask? You can just put them up on the board here and I'll read them and I'll address them if you would like. I'd be happy to do that. And wow, we've got people in the kitchen preparing food. This is
it's a party.
It's a party. Yeah. We were partying here the other night, and there was lots of food. And Bree, she lives here. She's Daniel's cousin. And oh, hey, Robin. Hello. Thank you. You know, yeah, I like the comments. I like. Anybody got any questions? Anybody? Question everything, including me, because I am questionable in a lot of people's eyes. They don't get it, but I'm okay. So I just want to reiterate, we got some awesome guests coming up here for the show in the future. We're going to be joined on next week on January 2nd with Doc Precise. And he was on board here a little bit ago. I think he might still be in the house. I know he's working these hours of the day. But then after that, the week after that, Samuel G. Cohen and Kelly are going to be joining us from the UK. And they're going to be talking about drinking through the nose. And they do, I mean, they drink Merlot. And I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff there. So they're going to show us and teach us some techniques and all that. So yeah, that's the week to follow. And we've got Allegedly Dave coming up. We've got I had a question. It was from Frederick.
I was thinking maybe I could give some thoughts on that, because I got a lot of knowledge on the intermittent fasting. Frederick Miller asking about the intermittent fasting. I think anything over 8 hours of, fastening yourself to something is considered an intermittent fast. I have a lot of experience doing intermittent fasting. For a solid 5 or 6 months, I was doing a very strict regime of a daily 23-hour intermittent caloric fast with a 1-hour meal. And the benefits of intermittent fasting are, there's a lot of them. And one of them is called autophagy. And autophagy, auto means self and phagy means to eat. And so your body is actually eating itself. It's eating the proteins to use for energy. But when it does this, it has to replenish them because you're made of proteins. And so if your body just ate up all the proteins, you would cease to exist. And so you become replenished, and it's an actual anti-aging. And this is why intermittent fasting is good to keep your lifespan long, because you will actually replenish your proteins in your body. But the problem is when people eat multiple times a day, they never reach this state of autophagy, because autophagy only happens when your body burns through first all the sugar, all the glucose that you have, and then it will burn fat, and then after it burns fat, it will go to the proteins, and that's the autophagy. And so, you know, most people, they may not ever even have that, you know, process occur once in their whole life. If you think about it, most people never go more than 8 hours without food. They usually, you know, wake up and then eat in the morning or whatever. So that's one process that's extremely beneficial. Jeffrey Stephen Cohen.
Jeffrey's here.
JSC in the house. So autophagy is very beneficial. Another process related to intermittent fasting is called glycation, and glycation is essentially the opposite of autophagy. When you eat, your body will store the sugar. It will break down the food into sugar to use for energy, and it will take that glucose and it will put it into your liver. It will store it in your liver, and then it will also store it in your skeletal muscle. And it can only store so much of that. And if you put more food into your body after that happens, after that's all full, then a process called glycation will occur. And glycation is essentially your body saying, okay, we already have all this sugar, we don't need it for energy, so we're going to store it here. We're out of storage, so now we got to put it somewhere, so we're going to put it on proteins. So you're essentially putting sugar on the proteins of your body, which is actually aging you. And so intermittent fasting is all about inhibiting glycation and exhibiting autophagy. So that those two processes, if correctly understood, you really understand the power that intermittent fasting has. And not only these things, you know, you give your digestive tract a break and allow it to process all the crap that you already have in it, which, you know, a lot of people need. I've heard a statistic that the average American has 10 to 12 meals backed up in their GI tract at any given time. So it's helpful to give it a break.
And I'll tell you what, I do intermittent fasting on a daily basis, almost, you know, 95% of the time. I eat one meal a day, predominantly fruit, but I do still eat cooked food, and I do it in the afternoon. So my body is taking a break from food like 23 and a half hours a day. So that's my personal approach to it. And, you know, Mr. Science here has all this other knowledge, which is awesome. I thank him for sharing. And I have a
more stingy.
Yeah, about the
stingy.
The urine got more and more stingy, and I need to stop. You know what the stingy bite to the urine is on a fast. My opinion, my experience suggests you're detoxing. And so when you're detoxing, your urine can get pretty gnarly. Everything can get real gnarly, but it's all good. You know, realize that the gnarlier it is, the more your body's being cleansed. It's working, right?
Yeah, and I was going to mention too, there's probably acidity inside of your urine. Your urine is going to be in a more acidic state when you're fasting. And acidity, if you think about acidity will break things down. And so if you're mentally in that, I can't think of the word. If your goal is to be breaking down and cleaning things out, your urine is going to reflect that. It's going to give you properties of cleansing. And so the acidity, that's essentially what's happening. And it becomes bitter, but like Doc Precise says, bitter urine is good urine. That's really good stuff to drink. It's just like medicine. You know, you drink your medicine, your mom wants you to drink your medicines, and you drink it, it's like, like gross. But it's, you know, after you do it, you'll see the benefit. You'll be like, oh, okay, you know, maybe that wasn't so bad. And you don't, you know, if it is a problem and it's really getting nasty and you want to continue your fast, drink it through your skin. You don't need to drink it through your mouth. You know, put a sip in your mouth and keep it under your tongue for a while. And that will allow it to process in your bloodstream that way. And then you could also put it on your face, put it on your neck, on your scalp. Hands are very important. Armpits are a great spot to put urine because similar to the hands, if you look at your hands, you can see it's red. There's redness in your hands, and that's because your blood is so close to the skin. The skin is very thin there, and if you look at the Egyptians, they have all the pictures of them holding their hands up to the sun, and it's because they knew that the skin was thin here, and they could actually absorb nutrients from the sun by doing that. And it's the same thing with your urine, and you naturally, if you just put your hands down, it's right there. You could just pee on them. So it's a thing that you should do. And if you think about it, every person that's old and crinkly and wrinkly, they've got old, crinkly, wrinkly hands. So it coincides with the aging. So get nice, smooth hands, you know, and you'll
see
get nice and smooth.
See what old man hands I have? These old, crinkly,
wrinkly
old man hands.
And so yeah, if you're on a urine fast and your urine tastes really bad, just drink, you know, take a sip and then put the rest on your skin. You'd be surprised how much that will actually rehydrate you. You know, drinking that through the skin, you would be very surprised how much that rehydrates you. Do an enema with it, you know, or just keep it, store it, and go dry. It's not going to hurt you to dry fast. Of course, it's going to speed up a lot of processes, but it will not hurt you to not drink your pee. The pee is all about reintroducing nutrients that your body has energy and instructions to facilitate processes. But it's not really going to hurt you to just dry fast, you know. So that's another option. If you just don't want to drink the pee because it tastes so bad, just don't. That's not really going to help it taste better. But yeah, another thing you could do is just drink water. Just drink some warm distilled water, and that will really help with the taste of the urine.
Now, here's another thing about urine, whether it's fresh or aged, that is really awesome. Like if you had to get broke down on the road, change a tire, this, that, the other, you get grease on your hands, piss on them, man. Rub them together. It goes away. Like that, it is a grease cutter. So if you look at the results just on your skin alone, and then imagine how your insides are reacting to the same the urine works. You know, I did this the other day. Now I made a short video the other morning to just kind of acknowledge it, but I got to tell you, it was the first. I brought 2 gallons of my aged urine specifically for this purpose, and it was to take a bath. And I did. I poured in 2 gallons and then added hot water, and I just laid in that bathtub for an hour, and it was just like an amazing spa treatment. It is really, truly amazing. And then to finish it off, I did an aged enema, urine enema, and man, I felt so squeaky clean inside and out, all soft and cuddly, kissable.
I did the same thing yesterday. I took a little Christmas pee bath with some aged urine, and it was awesome. That's always so nice to do. It makes me feel like a baby in the womb, like regenerating in my little cell or something like that. Yeah. And the aged urine enemas, this is something I've been experimenting with. Nancy Fox, you guys are live.
Hey, you guys are live. Love you, Nancy.
The aged urine enemas I've found to be very anti-parasitic. I can feel inside me that the parasites are going, no, we do not want this aged urine in here. We do not want it. And so it's a really great practice or opportunity to overcome that and overcome the mental, because they will tell you like, no, you know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do an urine enema, but you do.
Yeah.
And you breathe through it, and you really let it through. Another insight that I've had in the past few days doing enemas, as far as breath goes, in through the mouth, out through the nose, allows for way better relaxation of the pelvic floor and of your anal sphincter and the colon and that whole deal. In through the mouth, out through the nose will allow it to relax more, and you can get more fluid in there, and that's essentially the goal.
So whoever it was, Tom, I think somebody was
drink through the nose.
Drink through the nose. We're going to do a special show on that specifically, so you're just going to have to wait for that one. And Roz has already agreed to join us. We're going to have Samuel G. Cohen and Kelly coming from the UK.
The big dogs.
We got the big dogs coming out for the drink through the nose one.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Drinking through the nose has been one of the most mind-blowing aspects of urine therapy for me. I know personally, I find it very useful in social interactions. I know I'm a Pisces moon, and I'm really receptive to energy around me, and I really just am a sponge energetically. And so sometimes in certain social situations, my brain will get hot, and I'm like overloading, man. I'm like, I gotta go do some breath work or some yoga, go, recharge, because you can get drained. But the urine through the nose is like that to the maximum. It cools your brain down. There's actually a hole up in the very top of your sinus cavity that actually connects. It's a gateway to the blood-brain barrier. And so essentially whatever you're putting up in your sinus cavity, if you get it way up there, it's going straight to the brain. It's feeding the brain.
A brain flush.
It's a brain flush. It's like a urine, or it's like a urine enema for your brain. And so it's very powerful. It's very cleansing of your thoughts, and it changes your whole reality. That's what I say. Drinking urine through my nose changes my whole reality. It gets me on a whole new mind state. But Tom, I'm not sure. I think you were mentioning about the acidity, the really acidic urine. See, Doc Precise going deep, man. Drinking urine through the nose gives us navigational skills. Gives us navigational skills because it has magnetite in it. And that's what I'm saying. It gets you on a totally different wave where you start operating within your reality in a totally in tune way. So it's like, I think you can go very deep with the nose drinking, and especially drinking urine through the nose. But Tom, I'm not sure I would recommend drinking through the nose if you're on a urine fast and your urine tastes bad. Because if it tastes bad just drinking it, it's gonna really be rough going.
Surprise!
I mean, I've done like apple cider vinegar in the nose before. I've done aged urine in the nose before. So it's things that you can do, but just be cautious, because it can really throw you for a loop and be like, crying. And so,
well, and even that being said, see, I've attempted, and I have no skill set for drinking through the nose yet.
You can do it.
I can do it. It's just there's some aversion that I've had in my efforts, and then I end up slopping it all over myself and stuff. And so I know I'll get past this one, and I'm actually looking forward to the show with Samuel Cohen and Kelly and Dr. Roz, because and I watch Daniel do it every morning. He does it every day.
Yeah, just about every day. Some days I won't do it, and I would, that's something that I intend to do, is to do it actually every day, because I did it this morning and it was really rough because I hadn't done it in a day or two, and I had some, blockages going up in there. And so when I did it with my morning urine, which was strong, I had a lot of burning, and just like, it just was like, no, like it got like the sensation of like drowning coming in, and my nose is just like, dude, no. But you do it once, and you kind of, you'd be surprised, just a little sniff, how much crap will come out of your nose. And after you do that, you know, kind of recollect yourself and do it again, and it will be much easier the second time. And that's what it's all about. It's about just showing up and giving it a go, and staying with that. Do it first thing in the morning and just before bed every night, and you'll be on your path to just like chugging glasses down the nose, you know, in no time, really. You'd be surprised how quickly you can pick it up.
See how just chugging glasses down the nose.
Just right down the nose, man. The nose-nose-nosis, man. Straight to the straight to the dome, man. Get the wisdom going.
Yeah, yeah. Go to a higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm so happy to see so many people joining us today. This is and thanks for anybody who was on the early side. We had a lot of technical opportunities to sort out, and so
yeah,
you know, we appreciate your patience, you know, and joining us and playing along. We did have Tony Hill in Brazil. He was calling us from the beach. For those of you that joined us late, he was just hanging and chilling, telling us about his yoga practice and his Thai yoga body work. And he's down there getting ready to do sunset and then partying there. It's Carnival in Brazil. So, you know, we appreciate Tony taking some time out of his chilling to join us here. And we really appreciate everybody that's joining us here. And again, I want to just reiterate again for anybody that's new, we are I'm just reading a comment.
Jordan Wiley, I don't know if she's talking about me.
I don't know who you're talking to about the fruit stock video.
I was not at fruit stock.
Neither was I.
There's probably some blonde dude with dreads.
Yeah. You know, Daniel and I, on another note, Daniel and I got thrown up on the
detox, anti-vax.
Yeah, whatever the smear campaign page is. And so they're just going, yeah, everybody there had long, blonde, greasy hair, and everybody did it.
They didn't even describe it. They just said there was a picture of us, and they're like, everybody at this at that urine fair had hair just like that, just like I'm not sure what they were really referring to. It was long, like our hair's long. I've got neglect dreads, so a lot of people get worked up about that. You know, brush your hair, dude, or get a haircut, whatever. So, yeah.
And here's the thing: is that we just took it as a compliment. You know, I kind of. I'm from that school, you know, thanks for noticing me. I mean, if you guys want to, like, you know, take my image and, like, I don't care. You know, here's the real truth. I'll tell you the truth. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Because, you know what? I've learned a long time ago. I don't give a shit what people think. People are going to think what they think no matter what I think, especially about me. And it's none of my business anyway, what people think about me. And I don't have to do nothing with it, nothing, you know. And so I'm just not one of those people that are, you know, all of the trolls and all the shit. Fuck those people. I don't care.
Yeah.
They got no life. Okay, they don't have anything better to do. You know, I look at them, you know, with kind of a grin, a nod, and a pathetic, you know, consideration that, you know, get a fucking life. I mean, if you. Here, I'm going to do a little training here for you, okay? Now, I've done a lot of training for a lot of reasons. Sales, management, motivation. I've done all these things. So I learned a long time ago. There's 3 basic types of thinkers: small, medium, large. Small thinkers do exactly what these people are doing. They're criticizing, they're bashing. You know, they talk about people negatively and, you know, all that kind of shit. They just have no life. Medium thinkers choose to kind of stay in their own lane, stay safe. They talk about cars, who won the football game, you know, that latest commercial on Pizza Hut or whatever they talk about. It's just safe. I mean, they're harmless. And they just don't want to go deep. They could go deep, maybe they could, but they don't. They choose not. Now, big thinkers think in creativity, philosophy, ideas. They don't really live in a box. And so they're open. And this is what I found with urine people, is that they are open-minded, open-hearted. And you know what? They're lovely people, really intelligent, loving, kind, easy to hang with. And I have found my tribe. The high vibe tribe is alive. It's happening. And, you know, I give great shout outs to Anthony A.K. King for his contribution, creating the symposium. He created a safe and healthy, wonderful opportunity for people to get together and meet and realize, hey, we're not alone. See, I spent years really alone. I mean, alone. I mean, you know, nobody, my phone never rang. Now, I mean, I'm getting calls from all over. I do video chats with people all over the world now. I was on the phone in Australia. I've been on the phone in Nepal. I've been on the phone in the UK and doing video chats with people, which is awesome. And we were just with Tony Hill in Brazil. Is that great or what? So my point of all that is, it just doesn't matter what people think. It just doesn't. And if you're letting other people's thoughts get in the way of your life, ooh, you better take another look in the mirror and see who you're fucking dealing with. If you haven't got the self-love and the self-confidence to just own your own shit, you might want to think about that. You might want to think again, because you can't give what you haven't got. And if you aren't taking care of yourself, who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? So, you know, it's really an awesome responsibility. And this knowledge is powerful. For people who don't get it yet, they will. I have no intent ever to impose myself or do intervention on people. Not my job. What people do is up to them. I don't care what they do. I really don't. Now, Anthony asked me a question, that his grandmother asked him. You know, it was kind of like, you know, can you love everybody? Do you love everybody? And I do. I unconditionally love everybody. But I don't like most people. Plain and simple. I mean, when you really get down to it, most people I wouldn't want to hang out with. I don't share their points of view. I don't share their beliefs. I don't share the clubs, cars, and bullshit that they buy. But that doesn't mean I can't love them and accept them just who they are. And I'd rather have an authentic, genuine person that I know I'm dealing with. I don't care if they're a fucking asshole. As long as they're being honest about it, then I know who I'm dealing with. It's the ones who got the smile in their face and the knife in their hand around their back. Those are the ones you got to really wonder, you know, what the hell's going on there. You know, and a lot of people show up and, all smiles and love, but they got a really demonstrative agenda underneath it all. So you have to trust your instincts. You know yourself well enough to be okay by yourself, as yourself. Just show up. Learn who you're being. Be a human being. Everybody does something, you know. We all do something. And we all have something. But that's not the question. Who are you being? And I may just do a whole thing on that alone on one of the shows, because a lot of people think that's a trick question when you ask them directly. Who are you being? To me, it's a straightforward question. It's a pretty easy question. You know, who are you being? Not I didn't ask you what you're doing, you know, what your job is, who you're married to, who your kids are, what kind of car you drive. You know, I didn't ask that question. I asked, who are you being? Think about it. Most people just don't even have a clue how to answer that question. And to me, it's not a hard question. It's not hard at all. You ask me that question, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm love. I'm being love. That's who I'm being. Just love. Being love. Because you know what? I really like love. I like to give it away. I like to receive it. I like to see it in people's eyes, in their pallor, in their behavior. And we are these electromagnetic pulses. And we generate what we vibrate. And whatever we vibrate, we attract. It's just the simple secret of life. Whatever you think about, you bring about. You create your own experience, your own reality. It's all in your mind's eye, you know. So drink your pee, clear up your pineal gland, get all that calcium out of there, man. Get the liquid back in there flowing. You open up your third eye, and all of a sudden you're going to be seeing things differently. How do I feel about salt? I use salt, you know. Do you feel it's necessary at all? Well, that's a good question.
No, the answer is no.
Yeah, no.
Salt is sodium chloride. That is not a necessary nutrient for the body, if you ask me. Sodium, you could argue, yes, sodium it is necessary for some processes within, but sodium carbonate, no. Sodium chloride, excuse me. Sodium chloride is the name for salt, and that is not a necessary nutrient. Sodium, yeah, you could argue, and sodium is within many vegetables. It's in fruit. It's and Andrew Norton Weber and many others are claiming that plants they're taking that salt and they're making it organic for us, and it's making it actually absorbable by the body. Otherwise, it's really not. It's an inorganic, and it's just gonna, your body just has to get rid of it, and so it's just extra energy. I know my friend Zen, shout out to Zen Atman. He talks a lot about salt and Saturn, the connection there. Salt, Saturn, Satan, assault. Why is it we say like, oh, you're salty? If somebody's being kind of a pain in the butt, like, oh, why are you being so salty? Yeah, Jordan loves Zen. Yeah, Zen's the man, dude. Really high level teachings there. I've learned quite a bit from him. So yeah, salt is an interesting one. You just, I know in the Damar Tantra, the original Sanskrit urine therapy, urine Shivambu, Sanskrit text, it says that a person that's practicing Shivambu should avoid salty foods and sour foods. And I know if anybody here drinks urine and they, have a real salty meal and then drink the urine afterwards, you pay the price, man. It's
like drinking salt water.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Now, sugar and salt, just, let's be clear about them. These are gateway drugs, and they are the ones that are the highest addictive. That's why they put these ingredients in just about everything. Sugar and salt are included. If you read ingredient packages, man, it's in everything.
Yeah, salty and sweet.
Yeah, salty and sweet, because, they once you're onto that, it's like being a crackhead. Mm-hmm. It's just like crazy. Now, I see we got conversations going on online about amino acids, apple cider vinegar, mentioning Bragg's. So we're just kind of going back and looking. Hey, Sunjoy, Lisa.
I want to address Sunjoy Brilliance. She says she just sucked a bit up the nose. And she got the stinging and stopped, but I'm going to go for it again later. Can I continue past the sting? Absolutely. Use intuition. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you're wanting to, if you have the desire to drink up the nose, it's because you have the ability to do it. So just use your intuition. Back off if you feel you need to. But like I was talking about earlier, you get that initial sting, and then you'll have some drain out, and then you'd be surprised how much easier it is just the second time right after that. And I would recommend also using fresh urine, because it's at that body temperature, and it will go in a bit smoother. She got to the top of the nostril. That's good.
You go, Lisa.
You nailed it. Yeah. Once your eyes start watering, once you get it up so high that your eyes start to water, you made it. You did it, and it's like,
good for you, girl.
And if you're coughing too, good job. You did what you need to do. You got it where it needs to be.
I want to say hey to Leah. Thanks for joining us out there, and Marcella, and. It's just great to have y'all coming in and joining us. So thank you for being here. And everybody that's leaving comments. And Padrick, he's just joined us. Keith has joined us. Mary Ray Rush has joined in. Jordan Whelan.
I think somebody asked about Sunjoy asked about apple cider vinegar.
Hey, Penelope.
My experience with apple cider vinegar is that really it's not only anti-parasitic, but it speeds up quite a few processes within, especially when you're fasting. I wouldn't recommend it if you're eating food to eat it before or after food. I wouldn't. It's such an extreme substance, whether it's acidic or alkaline. I'm not sure which one it would actually be, but it's you know, way on one side of the scale, and so to mix it with food probably wouldn't be a good idea. But it's a very good idea, like first thing in the morning, or if you're already on a fast and you're wanting to speed it up a little bit or aid some processes, the apple cider vinegar is really good to slip in, just a sip of it or however much you want to do. I have heard that organic and unfiltered are pretty much the way to go when it comes to apple cider vinegar, and that's personally what I've done, and I've had good experience with it. It does wonders for the stomach. I've noticed. I've drank a little bit too much of it before, and it's made me tired, and I've got kind of a stomach ache. So you know that's kind of where it was pinpointing for me energetically, where it was doing most of the work was on my stomach. So might be different for you. Who knows? I know that Mrs. Bragg's, the couple that have Bragg's, and they make the apple cider vinegar, and I think Mr. Bragg, yeah, mentioned Bragg's.
Yeah.
Mr. Bragg actually has a book, I believe, on the miracles of fasting, something like that. So, and they fast a lot. That couple does, and I know the woman says when you fast, you just need water and a sip of apple cider vinegar every once in a while to keep you going. So yeah, play around with it. It's all an experiment, you know. See what works for you and see what doesn't work for you.
So we're coming up on our 2 hours here, although we can go as long as we want. That's our prerogative.
Shilajit.
I don't know what that is.
Shilajit is it's a really dark mineral, I believe, or it's a rock of some kind. It's like a tarry type substance, and it, when you take it, it actually absorbs mineral resin. There we go. Yeah, it allows you to absorb nutrients from food better. That's what I understand. Yeah, so it seeps from the Himalayan mountains, and I've heard that the deer and other animals up there in the Himalayas will actually eat the crap out of this shilajit. Mm-hmm. They really enjoy it, and they eat a bunch of it. And so it's supposedly like a really high level superfood, and it allows you to get more nutrients out of the food when you do eat it. I've heard a lot of really good testimonials with the shilajit. I've never tried it, but I would like to. Definitely try it someday.
And I do, for you people coming in on the backside here, I just want to post a couple of reminders. I want to give a couple of shout outs. One is I want to thank Denise McLaughlin. She was our very first to donate towards the ORIN Oracles book. And you can do that at paypal.me/WEEDU. The first 100 people that donate $25 towards the publishing of book 1 will receive a numbered and signed copy. And Benice happens to be number 1. So we welcome you to join her. We appreciate anybody's consideration in this matter. And Monica Shute is writing the foreword for the book, which is I'm totally humbled and honored about. And I'm real excited about getting the book out. So anybody wants to support, we certainly welcome it. And also, I want to also re-mention, we're setting, I've been building a new channel at Steemit, STEMIT, and DTube, which is the YouTube version on the Steemit platform. It's a decentralized social media platform that's an alternative to Facebook and YouTube. And so we're building the channel and working towards that. So if anybody wants to check us out over there, we certainly welcome you to do that. We also are set up with Patreon if you want to be a contributor. We're working towards building something here, and it's not about income. It's just about having sustainability so that we can expand and do what we're planning on doing here. And it's pretty exciting, folks. Things are happening. I had also mentioned earlier that I just discovered last night that the show is now being watched in 115 different countries. Imagine that. Now, if somebody told me a year ago that I'd be here talking to you doing this, drinking pee and happily with my whiz kid here, Mr. Science, DJ Danny D. And I would have thought, I don't know about that, man. That seems like pretty far out. But it is far out. And here we are. Look at us, man. We're just chilling. And I know that I've already had, I recognize names. I mean, people are tuning in from all over Europe, from India, from South America. And we do like you. And there we go, from London. They're popping in. So it's really amazing to me that we can be broadcasting this show live and have people joining us from all over the world. And that's why, you know, people say, you know, why are you doing the show at noon? You know, don't you know people work? Well, everybody has some part of life that they're doing, and we record the show and repost it. So anybody who, you know, misses it can watch it later, you know, that's all. And, you know, right now, let's see, we're at 2 o'clock here. So let's say London is at 7 p.m. Is that right? $25 for a ciggy. Yes, right. You got it.
So, Penelope, you're saying your toilet stinks of all the urine that you're keeping. It's all new, but I am trying, and it's not easy to drink it since I'm not used to it.
Not used to it. It's all right. I tell you what, Penelope, and I know we've been actually talking back and forth on a little PM here and there. Anyway, here's things. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the evening. There you go. So just hold your nose and drink it. You know, I mean, a lot of people want to dilute it, put it in juice, dilute it with water, this, that, and the other. But you know what? If you just plug your nose and drink it, eventually you'll get used to it. Well, you will.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she's talking about aged urine. If you're talking about fresh urine, yeah, you know, just... It's mostly going to be a psychological barrier that's keeping you from drinking it and making you think it's going to be gross. So just kind of jump, just kind of do it. You can plug your nose, and that will help. And Jordan, the link to donate, paypal.me/WEEDU. That's paypal.me/WEEDU, and you could PayPal it over.
Yeah, it's STEEMIT, one word, steam it.
There you go, Penelope. So
yeah.
You got some aged going to wash the hair. That's good.
And again, that link, just so you get it clear, it's paypal.me, /WEEDU. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. And I do want to give a shout out to Chris, Thomas. Hey, thanks for joining us. They're coming in over here on the Facebook. So, you know, we're happy to have you join in with us.
Rambo says, let's steam it.
Yeah.
Let's build some steam.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You know, so the reason why we keep repeating all this, because, you know, people are, you know, they get hung in a groove. You know, we're all Pavlovian a certain way. We go to Facebook because that's the way it always is, and YouTube and all that. So we keep bringing it up and reminding so that people understand there are options. Like there's options to having Google as your main line. I've got Brave and I've got Opera as two alternative choices to my my browser page. And I keep looking because let's face it, folks, you know, what's going on out there is interesting. Okay? To say the least. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share another poem that I wrote. I think I wrote it yesterday, and because it's really on this subject about living in the matrix. Okay, now if you look around and don't understand that everything is being designed to just surround you by towers everywhere. Okay, they have plans on 35,000 of these towers set up and around just the US in just the next year and a half. Okay, so these are interesting times we're living in. You know, the technology is there for our benefit and use. At the same time, it's being abused. And so why do I look at the alternatives? The reason I look at alternatives because they're decentralized. That's the point. Google owns YouTube. You know, Zuckerberg and the Facebook thing, they mess with the feed. They don't give you all the content and information that, I mean, it's just, you know, it's data mining. Okay. So, you know, I do have a Patreon. I do have that account too. And that's also at WEEDU SHIVAMBU. So anyway, I want to share this poem. It's called We Live in a Matrix. Look around. Can you see the endless towers to advance 5G? Microwave pulses aiming at you. Awareness is growing. I know that it's true. The message is clear. It's a mind control grid that simply appears. No vote or say so. We have been duped by a system of power wearing black suits. Sheeple might wonder what they can do to stop the agenda designed to control you. My answer is simple. Some say I'm insane. I drink my pee daily as I program my brain. We live in a matrix, but don't believe me. Choose your pill wisely, and then you might see. Anyway, I'm not a paranoid person. I'm not. I don't live in that world. I mean, I look and I go, are you listening? Can you see me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Oh, can you see this? Want me to turn it up? I got it in stereo. I don't fucking care. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Either do this or you don't do this. I choose to do it. And I can't live in fear. I can't be restricting and restraining myself. Can't do it. So I won't do it. And you know what? We're all on the new frontier. Welcome to Babylon. You know what? And P therapy is the answer for a lot of people. This is going to be the shining hope. Okay. Now, the reason I read you the Matrix poem, people don't understand how powerful the 5G thing is. Okay. Now, this is microwave pulses. They're beaming and blasting. The same with the smart meters, all that stuff. They're blasting microwave pulse energy 24/7, and it's aimed at you and me. So what does that have to do with drinking pee? Everything. Because I got a pee coat on. I wear my pee shield. I'm protecting myself inside and outside from all of these radiations, and they are. This is the ultimate mind control. People don't understand how manipulated this is. It's not just about faster internet. That's not what it's about. It's about mind control on massive population levels. And if you do your research and homework, Agenda 21, which is now Agenda 2030, is about depopulation. It's about sterilization. It's about eugenics. It's about poisoning people. It's about making sure that people get confused about their sexuality and don't have babies. It's all a part of it. And I'm not in a judgment. I don't care what people do. I really don't. I don't care who you screw. You know, that's up to you, not up to me. You know, but understand there is an agenda. It isn't happenstance. None of this stuff is just happening. It's not just, oh, that's what happens. No, this is what's happening. So I encourage people to drink their pee as a preservation. You know, how to protect and preserve your well-being 24/7. In every way. It's a pee code, it's a pee shield, it's a pee protection. And it's free and it works. So, you know, choose what you will, choose as you do. But just understand, you know, those towers, they're aiming at you. They are. And there won't be any square inch that's freed from it. How are you going to protect yourself? Walk around with a tinfoil hat all day? I just choose my pee. Pee works. Drink it, rub it on your body, clear up your calcium, open up your third eye. Don't walk around blind. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it, man. You could be having totally psychedelic experiences inside of your brain. Yeah, you just open it up. And the drinking of the nose thing, look, I do. I want to get there, you know. Hey, you know, you know, here comes a good one. Host a retreat. And it's funny you mentioned that, Lisa. The reason why is because that was introduced to me as a concept of over a month ago when I was still in Alabama about doing retreats in Costa Rica. Now, I've been a trainer and teacher and a motivational speaker. I'm a professional chef. I've done all of these skills and well as building, film, radio, all of this stuff. So I have some ideas for seminars, conducting seminars and bringing some homies too. You know, it wouldn't all be about me, but I'm looking at, now I understand there's these retreat areas like in Costa Rica that you can bring something like up to 28 people or something like that. I'm going to be looking into all this because I've got a couple of seminars that I intend to develop. P-Power, you got it. And one of them is going to be, I think you'll like this. You got to anonymize that shit. Just got to anonymize that shit. Because see, the thing is that when people's minds are all clogged up, their hearts are all clogged up, their bowels are all clogged up, they're basically full of shit. And they need to anonymize that shit. You got to clear the heart, clear the mind, clear the bowels. Let's get this program rolling, okay? And I just encourage everybody to consider this because it's a healthy choice, that's all. So anyway, back to the retreat idea. I'm down with the retreat idea. I am. And I'm, you know, going to be building this. You know, we're going to put it together. And when that time comes, I'll throw it out. First things first, I need to, you know, I want to get this book published. You know, really, I just want to get it published. And the only reason I want to publish it, everybody kept asking me, where's the book? Where's the book? Well, you know, $25 donation towards it helps that happen. And it's not about me making money. You know, it takes money to develop what we're working on. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. And so I'm looking at self-generators. That's why I'm doing Steemit and DTube, because they're monetized. You know, my Facebook, my YouTube, it's monetized. It doesn't amount to much. Not yet. I mean, I know people, they're out there making millions of dollars because they're YouTube channels. But see, I choose urine therapy. I choose this modality. I choose this topic because I think it's important. Now, if I just wanted to make money, I'm a pretty clever boy. I could figure out all sorts of bullshit things I could do on YouTube to just generate sales and ads and make money, and not my thing. I'd rather have a select audience that comes in from around the world to share these thoughts with me and with others to, you know, heal. You know, that's, you know, I used to say, and I have a lot of quotes, and this one quote was healing the planet one heart at a time, but healing the plane one heart at a time doesn't sound as right. So it's about healing hearts. It's about healing lives. It's about healing humans one heart at a time. And that's my intent. That's what I choose. You know, that's what I choose. So I'm just looking at some of these comments coming in, and hey, Susie, thanks for joining us. The thing is that you guys got a conversation going between you, and I think that's so awesome. Now, I just saw somebody wanting to hook up with Nancy Fox. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's a beautiful girl, beautiful sister. This one, she's a keeper. And, you know, on my travels, I've been privileged because I've been able to really meet some remarkable people. And I met Nancy because she did a shout out. She knew I was in Alabama, and she PM'd me and she goes, I'm 384.3 miles away from you in Virginia, man. Can we hook up? And I said, absolutely. And she drove down from Virginia. We hooked up in Charlotte, hung out, and spent time with Tony. It was awesome. And that's how we also met Christy Wells, because she was the front desk receptionist at a hotel we stayed at. And I got talking to her, spent 45 minutes telling her about urine therapy and how it changed my life. She jumped right in. She signed up on my Facebook and YouTube and started drinking pee the next day. Blam. I got a call this morning. I got a PM this morning. A brand new friend on Facebook in the Philippines, and she just she has breast cancer, and she also has lung condition. And she just got out of the hospital a week ago. She doesn't want to do any more allopathic. She loves natural medicine. She heard about UT. She's just yesterday. She started drinking pee this morning. People are ready. I'm telling you, it's happening. We're on a mission, and the mission is clear: to serve the humans, to enlighten humans to themselves. I'm no guru, you know. I'm just drinking my pee and enjoying myself, you know, doing my thing. You know, and I encourage people to just, hey, take a look, consider it. Just consider it. It might be the most important decision you ever made. I know it was for me. And I've had a lot of experience and gained a lot of different knowledge from a lot of different sources throughout my life. But I guarantee you, I can say this absolutely unconditionally, honestly. I have never found any information about anything that was more valuable or more important to me than drinking my pee. Period. Period. Because I lived in a lifetime of pain. And for the first time, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to take meds anymore. I don't have to do any of that. Just drinking my pee. That's fucking far out, huh? So I'm going to wrap this up. We've managed to take it into some overtime, and I'm glad. I really appreciate everybody being here, and it's just been a real treat, a real treat. I love you guys so dearly. And up here, you people on Facebook, you're probably wondering why I never look in the camera up here, because I'm looking down here. I mean, I got cameras over, you know. I could do the bobblehead, you know. So yeah, please subscribe, please support, you know, donate if you can, if you will, you know. Keep in mind the Water Life Symposium next September in Las Vegas. There's still 5 days left for getting yourself a Keep Your Peace Together hoodie. They're in black and white. And give you all big shout outs, big hugs, big loves. And yeah, thanks for joining us. It's been a real privilege, real pleasure. I love you all dearly. And don't forget, next week, starting the brand new year with Doc Precise. And we're going to be talking about how it's all an inside job. I can't wait. This is so good. So, again, keep your piece together. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. And boom! You've just been loved. Bye-bye now. We're out.